Good morning, welcome to the market view for Tuesday, the 20th of May 2014. And starting off with yesterday's trades in the British pound. To begin with, we can see that it was a very, very quiet day. There's no surprise really when we looked at the economic news that was to be released yesterday. It was minimal, if at best non-existent really, so there's no surprise really that the market traded the way that it did do. I mean, if you look at the shaded line here, the horizontal one down at the bottom of the screen, and the top one here, that is a 50 pip range. So we can see that during yesterday, from this low up to the high, we had a maximum of 40 pips, which is not enough to really get any significant move, and that's of course is borne out by what you actually see in the chart here. So we had the buy signal, which appeared in yesterday's market view before we concluded, and this then reversed. As I said, there was a lot of selling around at the time, and this came to fruition with the market trading back down to the daily pivot. The market then bounced off this and then started to trade back up with a with a sell signal. We then had the sell signal off this selling that came into the market there, and then prices moved lower. So we were stopped out for a 13 pip loss on this trade. And let me just remove that one and just mark up this one. So then we see the market move lower off this selling and find support at the daily pivot. The market tries to come back and then goes back through, and then we have some more buying come into the market. This loss can be mitigated by using the extension tool, which we have seen before in longer term trades, and you can choose to either use 100% or 50%. And let me just qualify this for you. If the market goes through the entry price, in this case a sell, and then is followed by a green that remains below the entry price, then consider using 100% extension above the high of this bar. And if the market has no momentum to the downside, there's no selling coming into the market to force the market lower, and it reverses, then you can actually reduce the loss significantly. So from 168.33, we're now down at 168.17, so a saving there of 16 pips on this. So it's only around a 4 pip loss on this one. And then we see the market moving back to the upside, and then we had a sell later on in the afternoon, which again we'll just mark up, and at best before the end of the trading session we got down to break even or just the odd pip. So a very quiet and sideways day for the British pound yesterday. This market needs some news to kick it out of its sideways move, as does the stock markets, the gold market, the silver market, the oil market, and for some reason we're just stuck in this sideways range. Whether this has got something to do with Yellen pumping money in from behind the scenes just to keep the markets afloat at the moment, but all of these markets are due for a major correction, that's for sure. So let's have a look at the bigger picture. And in the daily chart we can see again the market trading up to the 76% that we drew in yesterday. That is the high in this area before prices reversed and moved lower. So let me just draw in a couple of areas for you so you can take note of where the market could possibly pull back to. The first will be from this high down to this first low. So I'm just going to draw this in. That's the first sort of stop off point. I'll just get rid of the 62 there. So 167.97 of course, which is just below 168, so a crucial area there. And then if the market moves lower, we'll go from this low to this high, and you will see that we've got I can just do that again. There we go. We've got 167.57. So the 167.50 area, should the 168 be taken out there. On the upside, of course, we better just have a look and see what we've got, just in case the market moves to the upside. We'll go from this bar down to this low, and again you can see that this one now is not only a 76% but also a 62% off this bar. And all I'm doing here, as I've said before, is just going back to each high off the low just to work out where the resistance will be, and of course conversely in the downside where the support is likely to be. So 168.61 is the next upside target. You've got resistance here as well, so it'll be interesting to see how the market copes with that. I'm not going to draw anything else in because it doesn't look like the market's trading in a big range at all at the moment. Of course, now I've said that, hopefully we'll get a Murphy's Law day and prices will actually move 200 pips, but we'll have to wait and see. Let's have a look at today's economic news, see what could move the market. We've got CPI for the UK today. That should be an interesting one. Forecast to increase just slightly on last month. Of course, they're fiddling that anyway. As we all know, food prices increase week on week, but according to the government and the National for Fiddling Statistics, we can see that no doubt the trend is to the downside. But it's easy to do when you take disposable cameras and lip gloss into account in the inflation figure. So again, no surprise there that there is just blatant manipulation of these figures and not real inflation, i.e. house price inflation, oil price and fuel price inflation, and of course food inflation. None of this is taken into account anymore. It's all been removed, which is why we don't get the massive increases in inflation. Sleight of hand by those in power. So that's it for today. Hopefully the market will move a bit more. Just a quick question that I received about the Dow and trading with GKFX. Yes, no problem at all. The code is WS30SB. Now you've got to remember, you've got to include the symbol and add it into the symbol list, which I put in the video showing you how to do this with ETX. It's exactly the same for GKFX. So you will need to create a new symbol, type in there GKFX, symbol WS30SB, pip value is 1, and the description would be GKFX WS30, just or Dow Cash, whichever you prefer, and then save it, close down the TUFXP charts, reopen it, and then you should be fine to load the chart. So the software needs to know the code. So if you're not getting the code with GKFX WS30SB, that is the reason why you need to add it to the symbol list, just as I did with ETX there, which you can see. Right, that's it. All things being equal, I will see you in tomorrow's market view. Have a great day. As ever, thank you for your support and also for watching.